now I'm ready for the final part, cutting the onion. We're just going to cube it, dice it up like we did with the tomato. And a good trick for this is to chew gum while cutting it, because if you chew gum while cutting onions, it stops you from crying. I don't have any gum today, so let's hope. Don't see me shed a tear. Generally, you don't need a lot of onions because the red onions, the raw onions, do have a very strong taste, and it gives the guacamole a bit of a kick. I just want to chop these into very small pieces. So once you're done chopping, you can go ahead and just add that to your guacamole. And we want to finish it up with a little bit of salt and pepper. So you can be somewhat generous with this. It adds a nice flavor. And then we're just going to mash it all up, mix it all together. After you're done, you have a quick guacamole. Well, so I've showed you how to make guacamole. So I'm thinking my chips are going to be done pretty soon. But just to go over, it's 2 avocados, a tomato, and an onion a red onion that you're going to need, and also the whole wheat tortillas to chop with, of course, our EVOO and our salt and pepper. Oh, I think they're ready now. Follow me. Don't want to burn myself. Oh, wow, these look great. Come take a look at these. I'll bring these over here. Not too patient. Don't know if I can wait for it to cool. Not that hot. Let's try it out. Delicious. So now moving on to the entree portion of the meal. Today we're going to make teriyaki noodles with sauteed tofu, carrots, and peppers, a sort of a vegetable stir fry. So first we're going to start off with just normal spaghetti. I already have my water boiling, so I'm just going to open this up. You just want to add some salt to the water to make sure your pasta doesn't stick together. Go on and break some up. You can decide how much you want to boil, like depending on how many people you'll be serving. If it's you obviously don't need that much. I'm just going to make some extra so I have leftovers. Always a good idea, because after you try this recipe you'll want leftovers. Alright, I'm just going to throw a little more in here. And that should be done in about 10 minutes. And now I'm going to move on. We're going to start chopping up the tofu so I can saute it. I have Tofu Plus. You can find it in most grocery stores. It has a lot of vitamins B2, B6, B12, and it's a great source of protein. It's low in fat, and it's a great meat substitute. Let me just open this up. So we're going to cut it. And there's going to be some excess water if you just want to drain it. That's just for the freshness. Once you have this open, just go ahead and rip this off. It's a little tough. And it may look gross, but don't be fooled. It's very delicious. I'm just going to cut this right in the going to cube this. And then we'll go ahead and grab this out. And you can just cut it into smaller cubes, but the best way is the cubes. And you can have as much or little as this that you want. It's just great protein and it gives a good texture to the meal. Alright, so I'll move over and I'll start sauteing that, and then I'll get on to the carrots and peppers. Okay, so I'm over here finishing up the spaghetti and tofu. If you want to take a look, the tofu is turned a nice golden brown color. I just sauteed it with some EVOO. And the spaghetti is still boiling, and while that's finishing up, I'll come over and continue chopping my carrots and peppers. So you just want to chop the carrots into small pieces, and the same with the peppers. And then once the tofu and spaghetti are done, we're going to use that same pan and saute this with a little salt, pepper, EVOO, so finish this up. And that sounds about done, so I'll go grab that and come back to put this on the stove.